Yeah, we're living in one of the greatest periods of uncertainty. At least that's the way we tell the story. I always say when Adam and Eve were leaving the Garden of Eden, Adam turned to Eve and said, honey, we're living in a moment of transition. So we always are living in moments of transition. Sometimes it seems more blatant and overt in our consciousness. The key to living uncertainty is very simple. I mean, it's very hard and very simple. And that is to understand that uncertainty is always a prelude to certainty. That you simply cannot have uncertainty if you haven't experienced certainty. And so, again, life is a dance between uncertainty and certainty. And we know from our own lives that the periods of uncertainty have always led to growth, have always led to development, though of course they're painful. And there's always loss in moments of uncertainty, because uncertainty is making a claim that, you know, the certainty that you had before this period? There was something illusionary about it. There was something about that certainty that wasn't as certain as you think. And that's the joke. The joke is uncertainty is telling you the certainty is what was an illusion, not the uncertainty. Things are always uncertain. They're always uncertain. In fact, certainty is simply uncertainty and certainty in a dance. But we've been led to believe, because it feels better, that the goal is to be certain. The goal is not to be certain. Show me a person who's 100% certain about just about anything, and I'll show you someone who's probably not a nice person. Tell me a person who's certain about how the world is going to unfold. Show me a person who's certain about how the economy is going to be. You know, Madoff was certain, right? Everybody was certain, 10 to 14%. Right? Returns. Everybody was certain in the economic boom about housing values. Everyone was certain about securitizing risk. Wow, we could securitize risk. I mean, it's like a joke, securitize risk. It's a paradox. How can you securitize risk, right? Yeah, I guess you can until you can't. So it turns out that uncertainty is simply blowing the false cover of the certainty that we had over-attached to. Now, by the way, that has to do not only in economics, that has to do with our human relationships too. Show me someone who's 100% certain about their children, and I'll tell you someone who's a bad parent. Show me someone who's 100% certain about the love of their spouse, 100% certain, and I'll show you someone whose love is not going to grow too much. Because it turns out uncertainty is like the grist for the mill of growth and development. Uncertainty says, my God, I got to learn more. I got to know more. I got to understand more. I got to figure out more about life, because I guess the certainty they had that made me feel so comfortable and secure was a false certainty. So the first thing we should do with uncertainty is everybody should take out a glass of wine. When you feel dramatic uncertainty, take out a glass of wine and say l'chaim to life, because right now it's not going to feel so great, but uncertainty is the necessary path to higher levels of certainty.